Hello everybody, welcome back to more Dark Cloud 2. I'm Kyle Snow, and without further ado, let's just get into it. First floor of the first dungeon. Can I get a whoop whoop from the nobody else who's here? Whoop whoop.
It's like a maze. Could get lost pretty easy here.
Okay, then you need to get the floor map. It should be in one of the treasure chests on that floor. The floor map will show you where you are on a particular floor.
This is just teaching you how to move through dungeons. This will be a continuous theme throughout the game.
You can turn it off and on with the select button. Alright.
Or the left side of your touchpad if it's a PS4. Good to know.
Roger, Donnie. I'll give it a try.
Yeah, so this is a continuous theme. That is how you progress through dungeons. You have to get the gate key. You have to get it off of a monster, and once you do that, you can get to the end. Yeah, there's medals if you do things that are cool. They're kind of hard to get most of the time. They're not worth it. Okay, so every floor in a dungeon is randomly generated. And if you go back to it another time, it will be different, which is why you'll need the map. You don't need the map, but it's helpful. Enemy health bars, hello clown. So the yellow is obviously their health bar. The red is a rage meter. That if it every time you hit them, no matter how much damage it's for, it takes off 1 count. And if it runs out, then they will do extra damage to you. You see the blue bar underneath my wrench there? That's the weapon experience bar. Whichever weapon you kill an enemy with, it just has to be the last shot, will get the experience for that kill. These little blue orbs that I'm picking up are those, and I just got the gate key. If you switch characters when that becomes a thing later on, it'll divide between them equally if they didn't have a weapon that finished the kill, or if you finish it with an item. There's advantages and weaknesses to both of your weapons, although at the beginning, except for with very specific enemies, the gun is pretty shit, but it gets pretty rad eventually, and incredibly helpful. So it's worth its time. It's worth putting the time into right now. Also, hello, the best combat music. I did not actually realize that they had a ranged knife attack. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I think that might be the first time I've seen that. I've played through this game countless times. These are items that will be useful for things later. Hello, terrifying clown. This one's actually a good clown, though. He'll just give you what's in one of those chests. I just have to pick which one I want. Usually one of the things is good and one is shit. Admittedly, this one's shit thing kind of better than normal. Normally, it's like actual shit. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, so when fighting, I have like an attack combo. I can use my gun, obviously. There is a block button. I can also pick things up and throw them at enemies, and they'll usually get stunned. Let's see if it works on this human-sized sewer rat. It does. And yeah, when your blue bar gets all the way full, you level up your weapon. On level up, it doesn't actually get very much in the way of stats. I'll show that after I get out of this fight real quick. Oh, gun's actually more useful against rats than I thought it was, but that's okay. In general, you won't usually be like fully killing something with a gun anyway, except for airborne enemies that are really hard to hit with your wrench or sword. There we are. Okay. So, when you level up your weapon, you get these synthesis points, which you can break down material components to give one of its statuses here. When you level it up, you actually only get one attack damage boost. That's it, like 1 point of damage, along with synthesis points. In order to get your weapon more powerful, you want to build it up in these ways. So, I want to find things that will give it Smash and Beast, which I already have the material components for. These spheres are like the best things to break down, but you can break down pretty much anything. Like if I try to use I'll get 2 Smash off of a rolling log, or I'll get 2 Flame out of sugarcane. Some of them don't make a lot of sense. I'll get 2 Chill out of water. But these spheres give you 3. So those are usually better. I need both Smash and Beast as well as Attack too. Perfect. To level up this wrench. Or to build up the wrench, I guess. Leveling it up is just done by getting the experience, of course. And now I just need more attack, so we will be all set. And hey, another wrench that I'll sell at some point because I have no need for it. Take a quick peek at the map and we'll head back in this direction. And there was nothing there, okay. You can also make it bigger. Sometimes that's a little distracting. I actually usually fight with it that way because it's nice knowing where I'm at, but I also know that that is very distracting and obnoxious, but having it completely off is a little bit off-putting for, like, and disorienting for trying to keep track of where you are. So I'll keep it in small. And if I need to look at it, I'll bring it up, but I am actually used to just having it full-sized on my shit, but I know that that is distracting to look at for an audience, and I like to be considerate of you guys. Try to, you know, take sacrifices for my art. The martyr that I am. Getting a lot of destruction crystals. I guess we're looking to break some shit. Okay. So this will loop back around to where we started. The orange spot up there is a door that we can't get through without a certain key, which I don't think I have. We'll head back in that direction afterwards, because even though the game is always random, like each of the maps is randomly generated. Ooh, that was a bit painful. And I should probably eat some bread. They will never make it so like the gate key will be behind like a door that you can't get through, for example. Like if you can't have like the key to get into that room inside of that room. You'll always be able to get there. One thing that's also useful is that when you're in the middle of this charge-up attack, I believe that you're invulnerable to projectile damage. I'm not actually 100% sure about that, but I think you have invincibility frames to make use of. Okay, you later. You first, because you're on the same floor as me and you didn't jump down to the low ground like a fool. We'll get to that question mark in a second. Oh, I'm poisoned. Jesus Christ, I just got fucking wrecked. It was a wombo combo that I was not expecting on the first fucking floor. Jesus. Alright. Pick up my stuff. Magic crystal. That shows you where monsters and treasures are on the map, for parts that you haven't been to. It looks a little bit ridiculous when you find it before the map and you just see like random dots showing up and you don't know how to get to them. Before we do anything else though, let's go see what we need to upgrade our gun. There's no branching paths for this one, so we just need Cyclone and Attack. Cyclone, of which we have here. And I'm actually just going to sit on the other 3 synthesis points because I want to get more of that goodness. And I actually don't have anything else that gives me Cyclone right now. So, that's where we're at with that. Question mark things. These things are roulette, basically. You step into them, and you'll get a coin with an angel and a devil on it. If it lands on the angel, a good thing happens. If it lands on the devil, a bad thing happens. I almost never use these. They're fully restored my health and can cure my status ailments. Because they can... It just... I don't know. It's actually more, like, nothing super bad happens in this game. In the first game, they like to really... Okay, there we go. That's the key to get into that door I was talking about earlier. In the first game, they could completely fuck up your day. It was just like, we're just going to change all of the attributes of your weapons. And just... Everything was changed. Sometimes better, sometimes worse. It completely fucked your shit up in a way that just wasn't worth doing. So I actually could have left the dungeon if I'd wanted to once I got the gate key, but in general I like to try to clear all the monsters.
Right. That takes care of you guys.
Because you will scale quite poorly otherwise, especially when you're dividing them between multiple characters, which we don't do at the moment, but, you know, you got multiple weapons to deal with, it's a thing, and I kind of like this music. It's very, like, stringsy instead of violin-y. Relaxing. And now I'm in some sewer water. There we go, first floor. In the bank?
I pressed on, deeper into the underground channel. I had said I want to see the outside world to Donnie, but there was a second reason why I wanted to go there.
Ah, yes. Backstory time.
Your flounder, sir. Bon appetit.
Oh, I forgot I have to hit the button. My bad. Most of the cutscenes up until this point have been not click through.
Where are your manners? Eat your dinner.
And yes, we're learning that Max is actually a very fancy kid despite working in a repair shop.
Father?
Look at
I'd
how
like
posh
to
that
ask
outfit
you
is.
something.
Yes? What is it?
About Mother. Where is she?
I'm sure I told you this already. Your mother is doing important work far away from here.
But what's the name of the town, and what job is she doing there?
It's nothing for you to worry about. Eat your dinner.
This is just how you always are.
Fuck you, Dad. I do what I want.
Young sir.
It's okay, Butler.
To go after him, sir.
Say that's an incredibly large fork and knife for the size of that man's mouth. I don't think that would fit in there. I'm just saying. Is that what happens when you're rich? You just get things that are like way too big? Alright. Well, we'll do a quick save, because this game has no sense of auto-saving. If you play for 3 hours and then you die, 3 hours of plot just fucking progress down the drain. Alright, sewer rat. Nicely done. Alright. There we go. There's a little more cyclone for our gun. How many points do we have left? Is it 3? It's 3. Beauty. Yeah, the weapon customization can get very interesting. Like, there's certain types that will be useful against different enemies no matter what, but you can kind of move away from that stuff a little bit. Like, there are certain things that my gun is just better at than my wrench, but then each of these will also have an impact on those, right? Flying enemies will take more damage from Cyclone. Each of them say it here. Undead monsters for Exorcism. Armored monsters for Smash. Beasts for Beasts, etc., etc. And they definitely try to push you towards those strengths at the start by having the build-up conditions be what you're good at anyway. Having Smash be the big one for the wrench is huge because that is your go-to weapon throughout the entire game against armored enemies. But then, and like obviously Cyclone in towards your gun, but you can go in different directions if you want to. You can't build it up and eventually you hit level caps, so you have to go in those directions to meet those conditions as well. But outside of meeting those conditions, you do have complete freedom. Also, fuck this balloon. This is another one of those enemies that the gun is much more useful for. Here we go! And I think, yeah, I already met all the conditions except for that, so we'll just... Do I want to just give it fire straight up, or should I just... I'm actually just going to keep going with Smash. At this point, I can kind of put these into whatever I want because I'm just trying to build up attack, and I don't... It's very rare to get something that actually has attack for an item slot. You usually just kind of have to work your way there. There are a few things that'll let you do it, including some of those crystals, but outside of that, there's not nearly as many options to boost attack through synthesis as there are any of the other stats. But yeah, as you can see, significantly more damage out of my gun than there was out... Ooh, that's a... taking hits there. Than there was out of my wrench. Which is not the case against most enemies in the game, but there you are. Alright, found some bread inside of a box. Nothing weird or mysterious about that. The big question mark that's on there, that thing, it's a full heal if you walk into it. It gives it to you once per character, per area. So, got to be a little stingy with those. In the first game, you could just use them an unlimited amount of times, and it was a little ridiculous. Break yourself, fool! They definitely learned some lessons between the two games. And now we just need more attack with the gun, so fucking cool. I guess I'll put a few points into Beast, because that's what I have a lot of crystals of, and killing beasts, never a bad thing. There's a lot of beasts in the game. Alright, we've already found the end as well. We do have the gate key, so again, we could leave, but gotta get those sweet, especially early in the game, gotta get that sweet, sweet experience. Want to get those weapons leveled up as fast as possible. They get really cool later on in the game, aesthetically, as well as, you know... Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, let's try the yellow box this time. I hit red anyway, but that's me. Oh, and I really should have hit yellow. That treasure chest key would have been so much more useful than 2 unknown bones. Thanks, Obama. Magic crystal, yeah, I got it. I also have a habit of throwing every one of these boxes because they occasionally have good shit in them. The payoff is probably not worth the time investment, but I can't not do it, so it just feels wrong. And on occasion they are useful weapons, but you don't just walk with them because it takes forever. And they don't show up on the map, so it's a little bit easier to ignore them if you don't see them, or you haven't, you know, they're far enough away that you forget about them. Ooh, Holy Crystal. That one's good. That one gives you exorcism and helps you with the undead, which we have not come across yet, but spoilers, there's some undead shit in this game. Yeah, so projectile weapons, it might be just be attacks in general, but you are immune during your charge of attack. Because that knife just went through my chest. And came out the other side like nobody's business. I do love that spin attack though, it just looks rad as shit. Balloon Man! So there's only those two guys left, yeah. And we will finish them off real quick. And we're getting close, but not to the point where I want to deal with the durability issue just yet. Both of our weapons are actually getting kind of close, but we'll go over that when the... there we go.
Alright, that takes care of you guys.
Alright, let's make our way out. So we'll proceed to the next floor. And this is kind of the main aspect. Eventually, it's a little bit easier to go between town and here. But since we're, you know, hiding from the law, leaving town is not really with the law. But you know, the circus is still after us. We're not really supposed to be heading back to town. When you do leave, you can come back to the same floor that you, like, whatever floor you've been to before.
Ran on ahead in front of me.
So it's okay. Here's plot.
And as I pressed on, heading deeper, for some reason, thoughts of you, Mother, filled my head.
Something's happening to me.
I don't remember your face now, Mother, even though I must have seen it so often when I was small.
Max, can you hear me? Max,
What the fuck do you want, Donnie?
how's it going? Made any progress?
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Looks like I made it to the next floor.
The further in you go, the stronger the monsters are. Watch out.
I will.
To defeat the stronger monsters, you'll need to strengthen your weapons. If you don't take care of your weapons, you'll run into trouble on the next floor. If you want to know more about combat, give me a buzz. I'll help you out whenever you want. Select Help from the main menu and choose what you want to know about from the list. You're a great fighter, so you'll pick up on it in no time.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Okay, be careful.
Yeah. Alright. Pushing on through. I heard something horrifying. Oh, hello. Satan. This thing is an absolute monstrosity. The noises that come out of its mouth are like akin to an elephant, and I hate them. I hate them so much. I have to remember I don't have the magic crystal yet, so I actually have to check all the way into the room before I just like decide like, yep, that was it. Alright. And yeah, so you, now it's time to repair my weapon, because if I don't, I'll lose some of my experience, and until I do, it doesn't do damage anyway. So I got my repair powders and gun repair powders. Repair powders are for melee weapons, gun repair powders are specifically for guns. That one's not that complicated. They're a little generous and give you a little bit of a supply at the start of the game, which they did not do in the first one, and it was real difficult trying to fight. Because that one also, it wasn't just that they broke. They were like, they broke and then you had, what the fuck? They broke and then you were losing a little of experience. They were just straight up gone, and they were like, oh, okay, thanks. Permanently broken weapons, I can get down with this. They're a little less mean to you in this game. Let's see how I do. These turtles actually have decent armor, but I've also upped the fuck out of my smash. This early in the game, I have like an incredibly high amount of smash. Because I found so many of those crystals, I was doing +3s instead of +2s. So, came in handy. And yeah, so yeah, now we have the magic crystal and no map to go with it, so it's like, oh, okay. Oh, fuck, okay. Yeah, I thought it was just gonna be straight up. So yeah, the wrench, I'll just show it here real quick. Won't do any damage. It had done 1 damage to it before, and then it had 2 left, so I figured it'd be fine, but it was the in-between spot. I didn't lose very much experience there, actually. That was really generous. Let's see if... Okay, and I can build up my weapon now to the true battle wrench, or I can wait and build it up to the regular one. Or to the next one. I'll just do the true one in between, but... There we go. And then that lets me build it up to the drill wrench, apparently. That's not... Normally you can't do that twice, but I thought it was weird that they have the same attack threshold before they let you do it, and I had the other conditions met. So now I need attack, flame, lightning, and scale. We're going to be sitting on the drill wrench for a while, but this thing's rad as shit. Like, look at that thing. Love the drill wrench. All right. So yeah, we'll just continue on here and work our way through. Pop a few bats. Show them who the boss is. Business as usual. Got that sweet, sweet channel key. There we go. Yeah, the amount of smash I have. Those turtles are actually usually like kind of a bitch. Just pop them. Now that I got the wrench upgraded, the gun's looking a little bit lonely there. You know, I want to make sure I'm not feeling left out. One of the things I should mention too is, as you've seen, I've been picking up stuff. There's an absolutely ridiculous amount of material components in this game. There is a reason for it that comes up later. Right now, they're literally only used for synthesizing and upgrading your shit. But I promise you, the reason for being, as it were, will come into. Oh, and I totally forgot that I have these to do. So get some fire in there. But yeah, the threshold for all of these stats is going to be bigger than it previously was. I don't think I have any points on. No, I don't. Okay. Do I have a key? I do not. If you force the lock, you basically end up just setting off whichever kind of trap is in it. And those can be nasty. Ooh, nice. Got the gate key out of that too. And I need attack, so I'll put whatever I want into it. Which will be... Be nice to have something that's good against the undead, so... We'll get a little exorcism in there. Alright. Oh, forgot about this chest. Yeah, I'll just try forcing the lock and see what happens. It was an exploding trap, so yeah. That one's the worst because you don't get the chest afterwards. The other ones, it's just like, oh no, this trap, and then you get a chest. Luckily, the explosion can't kill you, but it can bring you to 1 HP, which is what just happened to me. We'll just finish this floor, and then we'll call this an episode. I'm only recording the 2 today because I'm actually uploading these the same day as they're being recorded because I wasn't able to record with Ryan or with Chris in the last couple days, and then we ran out of stuff. We were supposed to do some yesterday, and things prevented that from happening. First one of these is actually due in about an hour. I don't know if I'm gonna meet the timeline exactly, but it'll be as close as possible. If I'm late, it'll literally just be exporting time. That'll be it. There we go. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh, can I do the thing that... Okay. Is he going to throw it at me again? You can hit these back. Oh, no. Okay. You know what? It's fine. I'm just going to hit you. Last enemy.
Alright. That takes care of you guys.
Oh, perfect. We just got the map. That's what we needed. After we were everywhere in the place and we had just killed the last enemy, here's the map, fuckface. Thank you so much. Alright, yeah, that'll do it for this episode, everybody. In the next one, we'll continue on into the channel pump room. Maybe get some answers to the questions that we've been so eagerly awaiting. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you guys next time.